morning. Thanks for waking up with us on Western Mass News. I'm David Horwitz. A beautiful weekend, Saturday, Sunday, nice days out there. Hopefully that will continue this week. Taking a live look outside on this Wednesday morning, July 19th. Good morning. Thanks for waking up with us on Western Mass News. I'm David Horwitz. Thanks for joining us on Western Mass News at 12:30 on ABC 40. I'm David Horwitz. Here's what's making headlines right now. An arrest has been made in connection to a double homicide in Springfield. 19-year-old Adrian Perez was taken into custody yesterday. Police say that Perez is charged with murder in the shooting deaths of 19-year-old Alexander Rodriguez and 40-year-old Kadir Moultrie. New this morning, one person was taken to the hospital after they were hit by a car in Springfield yesterday. It happened in the area of St. James Avenue just before 5 p.m. where a man was seriously hurt. The man that's accused of brutally stabbing 4 students to death is appearing in court today. 28-year-old Brian Koberger was indicted by a grand jury last week and is expected to be arraigned. That's where a house fire on Tuesday night claimed the lives of 4 children. Western Mass News reporter Wesley Days live in Summers. And Wesley, several people were also taken to the hospital. He admitted to lying to police, stealing from his law firm, but stating unequivocally he did not kill his son and his wife. President Joe Biden is preparing to retaliate after the deadly drone attack that killed 3 U.S. service members in Jordan. We'll take you to New York right now for some developing news. Firefighters are on the scene of a crane fire. Officials say that a crane on a high-rise building caught fire and eventually partially collapsed. We're following breaking news out of Vermont, where Nathan Carmen has died just months before he was set to go to trial, accused of killing his mother at sea. DJ Hernandez was arrested last week in Bristol, Connecticut for allegedly threatening shootings on the Yukon and Brown College campuses. We turn now to the latest in the tragedy out of South Korea. As of now, more than 150 people were killed during a Halloween celebration, crushed to death in a narrow alleyway. At one point, New York City had the worst air quality in the world. An official saying it's all coming from wildfires in Canada, where thousands have been evacuated from their homes. The New Hampshire primary just 4 days away, and former South Carolina Governor Nikki Haley ramping up her attack on her former boss, former President Donald Trump. The British royals are making headlines here in Massachusetts as Prince William and Princess Kate begin a 3-day trip to the state beginning today.
Look
what
at
do you
it.
do with
like,
it?
Nothing.
Just flick
You would lose it.
Lose
You would lose it in 5 seconds.
I'm going to walk in with one day and see if no one notices.
No one will notice it.
This is my Louis Vuitton bag. I don't want to get too ahead of ourselves, but we'll have some sun on Sunday.
Sun on Sunday.
Okay, I like that.
That was
some relief.
That was good. That was good. Let's take a look.
I get lucky every now and then.
Let's take a.
It's really hard to see because we have it on the small TV over here.
All right.
But I think the first one. Can I go?
Go ahead, David. Yeah, go for it.
The first one I think is Brimfield.
The first one is indeed Brimfield. Yes.
All right. There's actually some plastic forks in our kitchen. I can give you those, so you can use those at home. You don't have to just. Yeah.
I don't have to use my hands?
No, but you should.
But that's what you told me I should do.
You should teach them that. Within minutes of using the body composition analyzer, I got all of these results, and they show things like your body fat percentage, your muscle mass percentage, all types of things, even including things like dehydration and water. But most importantly, I got all of these results, and once they were done, I got to speak with Dr. Khan about what this means for my health and longevity. It's one of the many services that they have here at the office. Tanya is one of the people donating, volunteering her time. Tanya, why do you think it's so important to be here with all these people giving to the people of Ukraine? And you're actually from Ukraine, so maybe that's part of why it's so important to you.
Yeah, I definitely think it's important to give. We have so much here. We're so blessed. And
Molly, former Vice President Mike Pence has been very vocal about Trump's latest federal indictment, could be facing off with him in a presidential debate at some point soon. What is he saying about all this? What would you tell someone like that thinks they don't need to wear sunscreen or kind of hesitant because they just think they're okay? Here at Costa, Chef Mike says that the chicken parm is actually the most popular item on the menu, but he made a mushroom pizza over here, so we're gonna try it out. He says it's pretty good himself. It looks delicious. So cheers. There we go. The Western Mass News viewers teamed up with the Salvation Army to donate hundreds of coats that you can see here, all winter gear, and even some of these right here, which are handmade scarves, bunch of handmade stuff, all of which is going to go back to the greater Springfield community. I'm David, this is Amanda. We are the Western Mass Hyundai Dealers Surprise Squad. Were you surprised?
Yeah. So you make music using 4 moves. You can like punch.
Okay.
Hear it?
Oh, it's a lot going on there. A lot going on there.
And you can kind of be doing stuff, making dances.
Okay.
Yeah, so obviously it's really fun. And
it's still going on.
Exactly.
It's a Halloween themed one right here.
Exactly. And then
lower, and then pick up the speed. Yep. Perfect. It's alternate hands just like that. That's good. That's good.
Not my best, but that was pretty good.
That's pretty good, though.
Well, it may be summer break, but the Hyundai Dealer Surprise Squad is still in session. This month, the Hyundai dealers are celebrating an educator who has all of her students dancing for joy.
The thing that I love about her is that she's the best teacher ever.
It's not only the students that are praising Laura Netherwood, the dance teacher at Harena Community School in Springfield. Her co-workers rave about her too.
You just get goosebumps because to see what she creates and how she executes her vision with our students and providing this opportunity for them in a public school setting, it's just amazing.
She's dedicated and you can just see the passion and it wears off on the students.
With all that praise, that only means one thing. It's time for the Hyundai Dealer Surprise Squad to step in.
So when she comes out today, we're all gonna yell, surprise as loud as we can. Can we practice one time? On the count of 3. Everybody ready? 1, 2, 3. All right, I think you guys are ready.
She's going to be really surprised. She's upstairs teaching math to summer school kids, so I don't think she has any idea that this is happening.
Hi Laura, I'm David, this is Amanda, and we are the Hyundai Dealer Surprise Squad. This is all for you.
You're so loved and you make such a big impact on the students, so we really love that. So we're glad that we can honor you today. So on behalf of the Western Mass Hyundai dealers, we're going to donate $500 to your school in your name for supplies.
Yeah, we're also going to be donating $500 to you to go spend and do something you like and just go have fun.
Buy some dancing shoes.
I love you guys, and this is all because of you, and I'm here because of you, so thank you so much.
Laura tells us she's been dancing since she was 2 years old. Despite her passion from a young age, she tells us she only saw dancing as a hobby.
I actually came in for a classroom teaching job, and they saw my dance background and asked me, so do you think you could start a program here?
Laura tells us her inspiration for teaching comes from the life lessons that are taught through the sport of dance.
To actually be able to go up in front of a crowd of, and ends up being, a couple of shows, you're talking over 1,000 people or so, to be able to step up in front of them and do that one thing that you really didn't think you can do and push through it, that's what it's all about right there.
Laura is responsible for creating their famous end-of-the-year dance show.
Everybody talks about it all year long. We can't wait for it to happen. And a great thing about Laura is all her former dance members come back to be in that show and to still work with her.
I try to make it as big and as special as possible so that it's a memory that they'll always keep with them.
So special, in fact, they had to bust out some of their favorite moves.
It really goes to show how important the arts are for these young kids. To see the smiling faces on these first graders showing off their dance moves.
It seems like she does a little bit of everything, and it was just awesome to support her and honor her in everything she does.
Some of the students have been dancing with her for 16 years. They continue to dance with her since the program started. It's really amazing.
With all the admiration in the world, it is the students who always remember the time they spent smiling, laughing, and dancing with Miss Netherwood. If you could tell her one thing, what do you want to tell her?
I would tell her that you're the best teacher and I love you 100%.
For Western Mass News, we are the Hyundai Dealer Surprise Squad.
Your high school soccer career is a once-in-a-lifetime milestone, but doing it as a sophomore is almost unheard of. In this week's Friday Night Frenzy feature story, our David Horowitz speaks with Hannah Murphy, a sophomore at Munson High School, who tells us why this moment is one she will never forget.
I did some other sports too, but I just stuck with soccer more because I like being outdoors. And my sister stuck with it too, so I just followed what she did.
Hannah Murphy, a sophomore at Munson High School, explains why she gravitated towards soccer at a young age, and she has not looked back since.
My freshman year, I scored 60 goals in the entire season, so I thought that was my highest.
As the team kept winning, Hannah kept scoring. She did not do it alone, though. Hannah's older sister, Emma, is a senior on the team, and on September 27th, against Douglas High School, they made history together.
I kind of just looked at her, and I rose my hand up in the air, and she saw me, and then she just sent the ball over, and I took a touch around defender and kicked it in.
I saw Hannah, and I kind of just passed it with my left to her. She got it, and then she ran to me,
And I was really excited for her, but then I started crying.
Hannah telling Western Mass News she was excited to hit that milestone, especially early in her high school career, but it's a team achievement.
100 goals, it like means a lot to me because like it's what I worked for, but it's not really about like the 100th goal. It's more about all the goals leading up to it and how many people I had behind me like helping me get there.
Arthur Murphy, no relation to Hannah or Emma, is the principal of Munson High School. He says it's a moment that he and the rest of the community will never forget.
The storybook setting of, a sister giving the sister the ball and her scoring her 100th goal. It's something that you just usually read about or see on TV, but to actually be a part of it, it's been amazing.
It was a moment to celebrate, but Hannah says the team is focused on their next goal.
2 years ago, we made it to the semifinals and we got kicked out of the tournament. And then we made it to the championship and lost in the championship last year. So we just want that championship title.
The hardware is well in their sights as they are undefeated on the season. Emma tells us regardless of what happens, though, she will always cherish the memories of sharing the field with her younger sister. Reporting for Western Mass News, I'm David Horwitz.